Alright, hey guys, so no makeup, a little scary. To get started, I'm just going to show you what I've already used on my face, and this is just an Equate oil-free moisturizer that I really like out at Walmart. It's generic for the Neutrogena one. And the next is just the Dollar General eye cream. I believe it's generic for the Olay one. Cheap, and I love it. And here's an Avon Professional. I believe it's kind of like a repairing serum or something. I'm going to do a review on it, but it's supposed to help with discoloration and stuff. And then here's just a Carmex Moisture Renew lip balm that I have put on my lips. And okay, we're going to get started. And first of all, I'm using the Hard Candy Sheer Envy foundation primer. And I'm showing you that you just need a little tiny bit, rub it together, and then I like to just put it all over my face, down on my cheeks, in my nose, my forehead, and I do put it on my eyes, and it doesn't burn or anything like that. At least I haven't found it to yet. I also like to run it down my neck a little bit. And I am looking over at my daughter sleeping on the couch. That's why I turn my head. I do that quite often. And then I'm just wiping the excess off on a napkin because you don't want your hands super oily feeling. And then here I'm just using the Hard Candy Glamouflage Concealer. And I just pop a little bit of it on the back of my hand and work with the amount there. And as you can see right there, you don't need a lot. Especially if you're just concealing under eye circles. And so I'm just taking my ring finger and going under my awful dark circles there that you can see. I don't get any sleep anymore. So, and as you can tell, it's a little bit light for me. At least it looks light, but I think the reason why it looks like that, and I don't know, I could be wrong, but I think the reason why it looks like that is because my face is so red, like when you see me on camera with no makeup, and I've got quite a bit of discoloration. But actually, once you put the concealer on and you blend it out really, really well, like I said, I just use my finger. I don't know why I made that face, but I just use my finger to blend it out, and once you get it on and blend it out really well, it actually matches my skin tone really nice, and you'll see that here in a little bit. So I also, as you can tell, I put a little bit on my eyelids, just because I have a lot of redness and veining and stuff on my eyelids. And then I'm just taking a little bit more and going under my under eye circles one more time, just because they are so intense. And I find that it doesn't cake up and it doesn't look cakey if I keep building it up, which I usually just do about 2 layers under my eyes. Just the key with this particular concealer, because this concealer is a very, very, very heavy concealer. It's like considered a tattoo type concealer. So it will cover up anything, and I love it for my under eye circles just because it's light, it's bright, but you just have to make sure that you blend it out really, really well. So, and as you can tell, I'm spending a lot of time on my concealer, which out of all of the steps on my makeup, I spend the most time on my concealer because you've got to make sure it's blended out well. And then as you can see, I'm just blending it down into my cheeks, just so there's not a harsh line. And then as you can see, I don't have much left. So I'm just taking it on my forehead and kind of applying it where the redness is, because I do have a tad bit of redness up there, and just making sure that it's all blended out pretty well. And then I am actually taking it on my cheeks a little bit and just blending it out on my cheeks, just because I do have, oh, sorry about that, my child's crying, just because I do have a lot of discoloration on my cheeks. And then I'm actually taking a little bit more because I did for some reason not put enough on there, I guess. So I'm just taking a tad bit more and finishing my cheeks and my chin, around my mouth, my nose, areas like that. And then I am just kind of applying it very lightly. And you know, you guys are probably thinking, okay, she's putting foundation like all over her, or concealer all over her face. Why isn't she using a foundation? Well, I find that a foundation all over there, I'm just blending it down my neck. I find that a foundation is too heavy. And with concealer, I can conceal exactly what I want to. And if it's blended out right, it's going to look flawless and it's going to look seamless, like you don't even have anything on. So that's just kind of my philosophy. And you'll see towards the end, like, I mean, my camera's pretty high definition, and you'll see it looks pretty natural. So I'm just, there again, concealing. I had to get just a little bit more concealer. And I'm just kind of blending everything out. I really don't have I don't really have any concealer on my finger right now, I don't believe. I'm just kind of blending everything out, and I'm going to have a little blemish above my lip there. Now I did apply a little bit extra on my nose, because my nose does get a little bit red. So, and just, again, just blending really, really, really well. Like I said, this takes a lot of time, but I did want you guys to see kind of the whole process. And then there I am just blending down my neck a little bit again, around my mouth, of course, making sure everything is seamless. And you can't actually tell I'm wearing a bunch of concealer on my face, because of course you don't want to tell that. And then there I'm just blending out under my eyes again. Sorry, I'm out of focus, you can't really see. So blah blah blah. Sorry, I guess I didn't edit this down enough. So anyway, there you can see I'm showing you that I have a little bit of a blemish, but you know, it's not that big of a deal. So I didn't put a ton of concealer on it. So here I'm using the Maybelline Mineral Power Powder Foundation and an e.l.f. powder brush, just a flat top powder brush, and I just kind of tap a little bit in the top of the lid, and then I take the lid and the brush and I just kind of swirl the product in the lid and just kind of tap it off my brush a little bit, and then I just do circular motions on my face, and I just pretty much do this all over. I will apply a little bit more. I'm going in for a little bit more there. I'm actually just putting it in the top of the actual powder container, and as you can tell I got quite a lot on there, so I'm just going to actually buff the product into the brush and you know, tap it off and make sure I don't have too much. And then I'm going to go ahead and just start swirling it on my face again, and I absolutely love this product for foundation over my concealer. It just really makes my face like just airbrushed, and I absolutely love the oh, hang on just a second. Okay, now I'm back. I absolutely love the e.l.f. powder brush for this particular powder foundation. And there, as you can tell, I'm really concentrating, just blending. I haven't really added any more product. I'm just really, really blending it out and blending it into my skin to make sure that it's seamless and flawless. Oh, I'm getting a text message. Sorry about that. So yeah, I'm just kind of blending around my jaw area, and as you can tell, my face looks pretty flawless right now. You know, you don't see a lot of redness or discoloration. So, and then of course you want to make sure that your eyes are very, very set. You know, meaning that you've got enough powder in your eyes and under your eyes to where your concealer is not going to crease, because I find sometimes my concealer does crease a little bit. So now I'm taking an e.l.f. stippling brush and an e.l.f. Studio blush in the color Fusion, which is hard to say. It's just kind of a hot pink, adds a little bit of sparkle to it, but the sparkle don't really come off. I just tap the brush in and then kind of tap it off, smile, find the apples, and just apply the blush to the apples of my cheeks and kind of blend it up towards my temple. And you just want to really make sure that you use a light hand. Oh, sorry, I'm not in focus. That you use a light hand with this blush because it's very pigmented. It's part of the reason why I use a stippling brush is, oh, sorry, my child's crying. Part of the reason why I use a stippling brush is because it applies the color a lot lighter and not quite as heavy as if you were to use like a dense blush brush or powder brush or something. So I really like the stippling brush for blush. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word there. So there, I think I applied a little bit more just because it wasn't quite as bright as I wanted it to be. Of course, you don't want it like clown pink, but. And then I'm just going back in with my powder brush that I used for my foundation and just kind of blending it out to make sure there's no harsh lines or anything like that. And as you can tell, it looks, I mean, I personally think it looks pretty good. Now I'm going in with the e.l.f. Golden Bronzer, and I'm just using that very bottom little rectangle square, and I'm going in with an angled blush brush, and I'm just kind of tapping it in there and applying that as my highlight on my cheekbones, and then I kind of bring it up to my through my temple area a little bit. And then once I've applied it on the specific highlight area on my face, I like to just run whatever's left on the brush down my forehead, my nose, I had a little scratch there, and my lip and my chin. But you don't want to like apply a lot there, or it can make you look oily, especially if you already have oily skin. There, I am itching my nose, and I'm telling you to hold on just a second. And I guess I did not edit this part out, so I'm sorry about that. I think I'm checking on my child. She was waking up, so sorry, you're just kind of looking at my couch and my chair right there, but I didn't edit this out. Sorry, I already edited the video, so this is just going to be stuck in here. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, here I believe I'm coming back. No, maybe I'm not. Just my shadow there. It's really bright today for some reason. It's never bright in Washington. It's always, always rainy. So, okay, my child was waking up. That's what was taking so long. Sorry, I'm back. So now I'm just taking an eyebrow brush and brushing out my eyebrows just to make sure that there's not a lot of powder or in case I get any concealer around there or anything like that. You just want to make sure that, you know, you don't have any like dry skin or anything flaking off your eyebrows. And then I'm just taking my eyebrow pencil, and it's just by Rimmel. It's in the color 001 Dark Brown. I'm not exactly sure the exact name of it, but I think it's the only one Rimmel makes, and I really like it. And I'm just filling in my eyebrows. I know a lot of people say you need to start towards the end, but I actually find that I like to start at the beginning because, I mean, for some reason, I just don't find that the pencil is that harsh. You know, I always go back through and kind of soften them up a little bit, and I don't like actually draw in my eyebrows because I think I have pretty decent eyebrows, pretty full eyebrows. I just pluck them myself, but I just like to kind of add a little bit towards the ends of my eyebrows because the ends just aren't quite as full as the rest of my eyebrow. So that's just how I particularly like to do it. And then I was checking my child there. And then I just go in with a spoolie brush and I just run it through my brows. And this just kind of helps soften it up just so it doesn't look quite so harsh and quite so, you know, in your face, especially if you're doing a really simple neutral eye look. You don't want a lot of focus on your eyebrows. I mean, you don't want your eyebrows to be real full and real dark. So there, I was just kind of showing you the finished brow look. Now I'm just taking a blending brush and a Wet n Wild single eyeshadow in the color Brulee. It's just really close to my natural skin color. I'm just taking it pretty much all over my whole eyelid, up to my brow bone. And this just kind of evens out the canvas of my eye a little bit, just because I have some red discoloration and stuff, kind of make sure that the concealer that I put on there is set. I'm not applying, I'm telling you to hold on just a second, and I guess I didn't edit this out either. Goodness gracious. But real quick, okay, I was saying that she's asleep, so we're good to go. So now I am applying a liquid eyeliner, and this is the, I believe, the Mega Eyes by Wet n Wild. And I'm just kind of showing you what it looks like, and then I'm also showing you another one that I'm going to be using, which is just a Maybelline, I don't know the name of it, it's a Maybelline Eye Studio, I believe. It's just a retractable eyeliner. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the liquid eyeliner and apply it to my upper lash line, just pretty much from the inner corner all the way out. I'm not winging it out or anything, I'm not making it super thick. I do really like this eyeliner. It's really easy to apply for a liquid liner. The only thing I would say is I haven't even had this eyeliner. Like, if you want me to do an in-depth review, I will. Just let me know in the comments. But I haven't even had this eyeliner maybe a month, if that. And it's already starting to kind of like dry a little bit. And here in a second, you'll see me like shake it and try to get it to come out a little bit better, but it doesn't. So, but I do really like this like marker style type of eyeliner because it does apply it really, really smoothly and just a nice seamless line to my upper lash line, which I really like. So, and then next I'm going to go in with that other eyeliner that I showed you, the Maybelline Eye Studio eyeliner. And I'm just actually going to take this right along really, really, really close to the lash line because that liquid liner sometimes leaves a bit of a gap and you just can't sometimes get really, really close like you want to. So I'm just kind of going back over it a little bit with the pencil. And then I'm going in here in my upper waterline just to make sure there's not a gap and you can't like see that skin or anything. Some people don't like to do this, but I find this, you know, it's just a little bit uncomfortable for a second, but it's fine. It doesn't bother my eyes. So now I'm going in with the Maybelline 1x1 mascara, and this is just in, you know, black. And I'm applying a ton of mascara to my upper and my lower lash line. You just want to make sure, because you don't have a ton of eyeshadow or mascara, you want to make sure that you apply plenty of mascara to your lashes on the top and the bottom, especially the bottom because you have no eyeliner on the bottom. So I'm just kind of doing 2 or 3 coats on my upper lashes, and then I will move on to my bottom lashes. So, you know, I keep checking on my child to make sure she is not moving around or anything, which she does end up waking up here in a little bit. But so here we're just continuing applying our mascara, blah blah blah. I hope I edited this out. I'm sorry, I didn't edit this video very well. You guys, okay, there, I did. I cut out the mascara. So now I'm moving on to my lips, which I've already moisturized. I'm going to be using a Revlon lip butter, and this is in the color Cotton Candy. And I love it. It's like very moisturizing, and there you can see it's kind of a bright pink. Honestly, it will not even come off that color on my lips, pretty much because my lips are pretty pigmented themselves. So it's just a little bit sparkly, a light pink color, you know, very natural. I really like it, and very moisturizing too. But you can kind of apply a few layers of it if you want. It doesn't look cakey or sink into your fine lines. It just kind of builds the color up a little bit, which is what I like to do. And so now I'm just showing you a couple lip gloss options. This is a L'Oreal Infallible lip gloss. I don't even know what the color is, but it's kind of close to the Revlon lip butter. And then I'm showing you Stila lip glaze, and this is just in the color Kitten, which I really like it. It's just kind of a golden shimmer. And I'm just going to apply a little bit more of the Revlon lip butter just to kind of build that color up just a little bit. And then I am going to go in with the Stila lip glaze Kitten, and I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger just so I don't get the lip butter on the brush of the lip glaze. And I'm going to apply a little bit just kind of to the center of my lips. It just kind of gives them that little extra something, and you know, makes it a little bit more than just a regular lipstick. So that is pretty much it. That is everything, and that is the finished look. I'll put my glasses on now so that I can actually see what I look like. But I think it looks pretty nice for being pretty quick, and usually this takes me maybe 10 minutes at the most to do. So sorry, my hair's kind of crazy, but there it is. So I'll see you guys